What is up, YouTube? Frost the Hobidon here, and today we're going to do another reaction video to the Nostalgia Critic's review of X-Men 2. And before you check out this video, leave a link in the description down below so you can go check it out for yourself. And yeah, and thank you for my following Patreons. I can't name them all because there's some names I might accidentally butcher. But I want to say thank you for my certain Patreons. The list will be on the description at the end of the video. So, I have seen the review of X-Men 1, the movie, and I really enjoyed that reaction. Yeah, the X-Men 1 was a fun movie and even though it had its flaws, it was still amazing. So we thought we might do X-Men 2. I thought to continue on, because if you're gonna do X-Men 1, you might as well get X-Men 2 and 3. We'll get to 3, and let's just say I got a lot of things to say about X-Men 3 in that one. Maybe, who knows? I don't know what the future holds, but hey. Anywho, let's get on with this reaction video started, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, go.
This episode brought to you by Audible. The most inspiring minds, the most compelling stories, the best place to listen.
Alright. Let's do this.
Previously on X Month.
John Snow.
Oh, they call it X Month. I forgot about that.
This costs me my family. When you have children, you always have family.
The boss of this family is on trial for his life.
Stranded on an island.
What is this?
I have the tape you've been looking for.
What is happening right now?
I want you to work for me.
I am looking for a boy.
Are you kidding me?
Something from me.
You see something down, you just gotta shoot the life out of it, don't you?
So,
No.
what's next?
Nostalgia Critic. Santa Christ. Fangirl. I can't sound that. The Devil. Heather. Jim. Angry video game nerd. I guess they're keeping that tradition that the angry video game nerd is Nostalgia Critic's archenemy.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy. Remember it so you don't have to. And welcome back to X Month. Yeah, they get the idea.
Yes.
Well, with the first X-Men movie being a surprise hit, Fox wasted no time getting a sequel in the works and giving it a much bigger budget. This resulted in X2, X-Men United.
Got
the
it.
Stupidest movie in the franchise.
Oh,
It's too hard for the kids to say, so we'll just put it under the title and make it look like a really cool math problem. Regardless, X-Men 2, X-Men United, because the X stands for X-Men. You're using the title twice, that's stupid! It was a big hit with critics and audiences.
Of course.
It was a smash at the box office, and for years, people would say this was the best X-Men
I haven't
movie.
seen X-Men
Because
2
equals wow,
until I was in high school.
Once again, I have to ask, is it worthy of the praise? With how far comic book movies have come, did this add to moving them forward, or slow down
I guess
progress at a
maybe.
time
Who
when we just
knows?
couldn't see it? Well, let's prepare by once again fetishizing the color blue. Seriously, mutants are no other color.
I wouldn't say it like
Let's
that,
take a
dude.
look
Come
at
on.
X2, X-Men United.
I still don't like
To
Mystique's
collect
design.
Terminator's back. The TRA stands for Terminator. It doesn't add up. The film opens once again with Patrick Stewart talking about mutation.
I still don't like
as well as this
Mystique's
little sneak peek at
design of choice.
future botched storylines. We get to the White House where a suspicious figure appears to have appeared.
Excuse me, sir. Are you lost?
Mr. Assange, you know you're not allowed back
Nightcrawler.
here again. This is a mutant named Nightcrawler, played by Alan Cumming, giving us, let's be honest, the best part of the movie.
He was really good, Nightcrawler. I might get some lag, so this might ruin the video, so I'm sorry, guys.
He seemingly tries to
I'll
kill
try
the
and cut out the
president, but is
lag.
stopped at the last minute. And after that fast-paced scene with awesome effects and a great makeup job, let's cut to a slow-as-shit scene with bad green screening and poorly glued Elvis sideburns. This is Wolverine, played once again by Hugh Jackman, exploring an abandoned lab at a dam
Of
where he was
course.
given
Who
his
else would play the
adamantium
role
skeleton
better?
and attacked a bag of exploding flour on the way out.
Come on, pay attention.
Meanwhile, at a museum, we see Xavier's students on a field trip led by Cyclops, played again by James Marsden, and Jean, played again by Famke Janssen. And I do hope you enjoy clips of her looking lost and confused, because that's all the character development you're gonna get out of her in this flick.
Sadly,
She
that's
has so much
true,
of an identity
as
in
I
the last
remember
film,
it.
Such as Wolverine liked her. She seems unable to control her powers.
It was a
Doom
mixed bag between how I like her performance as Jean Grey.
Hey, psychics really can predict the future.
Something's happening in the food court.
Meanwhile, Rogue, played again by Anna Paquin, hangs with Bobby, Pyro,
I
and Jack
still
Black's
hate her
Westface.
as Rogue. She sucks.
Yeah, get used to these obnoxiously warped Bryan Singer close-ups. This is kind of when he decided that's his style now. He uses it so much, everybody looks like that creepy Humpty Dumpty from that Kinder commercial.
Oh no.
Pyro
That
uses
is
his powers
creepy.
inappropriately when... Oh no, somewhere Zach Morris just said time out.
I get that
Actually,
reference.
This is the work of Xavier,
Saved by the Bell.
Patrick Stewart, who mentally freezes everybody, which is a power that.
Or maybe it
several
wasn't. I
times
was
in
thinking about
this movie
something
would've saved the day. But when he says
It
hypocritical
was
stuff
freeze.
Next time you feel like showing off, don't.
while showing off, just wiping a few memories would have been fine. You can't be surprised they don't really do logical things in this movie like hire a gardener.
Right.
Somehow I thought you were here to talk about school reform.
Meanwhile, at the White House, Brian Cox talks with the president and Senator Kelly, who is still Mystique in disguise.
Senator Kelly, this is Colonel William Stryker.
Striker!
He brings up that Xavier School
Where is
is a
that clip
training
from,
ground for
please?
mutants that could possibly be planning an attack. Now, where would they get an idea?
I always hated Senator Kenny
Hell is that?
in the X-Men series.
Comes up out of the basket.
Very racist man
You'll
in
notice
the
the outlines of several flattened children around it.
well, racist towards
to
mutants
detain your
in the
question.
comics.
The last
And the
thing we need to see
cartoons.
is the body of a mutant kid on the 6 o'clock news.
Again, their basketball court seems perfectly capable of that.
Mr. Stryker, do you really want to turn this into some kind of war?
I was piloting Black Ops missions in the jungles of North Vietnam where you were sucking on your mama's tit at Woodstock, Kelly.
Wow.
You're literally both the exact same age. But you show that
Wow.
youngster hippie. Meanwhile, Wolverine returns, but Bobby
He's not
isn't
wrong.
so happy to see him because Rogue is so happy to see him.
Oh, this is Bobby.
I'm her
He's my.
boyfriend. Call me Iceman.
Okay, I'm Maverick. Which one of us is Goose? He tells
Oh,
Xavier
wow.
He didn't find shit at the lab, but Xavier doesn't care because he just found someone to watch the kids while they completely abandon them again.
You were
Really?
kind enough to watch over the children tonight.
Once again, the 4 people who look after this gigantic place will be out. We can afford a military plane, but babysitters? Jean,
You trust
accompanied by
Wolverine.
Storm, played again by Halle
You trust
Berry.
Wolverine
Thank God
to be the
accentless
babysitter.
This time.
Has brown hair.
You have less
Track
members
down
in the
the
X-Men.
German-based Nightcrawler in where else? Boston. All those abandoned churches in Boston with people that speak English but speak German because it shows they're German.
They got the facts.
They force him to come down as he reveals that he had little control over his attack.
I could see it all happening, but I couldn't stop myself. It was like a bad dream. Perhaps he is testing me.
He talks like this every time someone brings up Son of the Mask. Meanwhile, Xavier
Oh,
and
don't
Cyclops
bring
visit
that movie
Magneto,
back.
played
Don't bring
again
that
by
movie
Ian
up.
McKellen.
I'll take him from here.
All right, Scott.
Oh, if only he could read his mind to know that this was a trap. Yeah, nobody's powers make sense in these.
Eric, what have you done?
They try to limit it.
I farted. Face my broccoli and bean burrito of Nostrali Doom!
You should have killed me when you had the chance.
I'll get you next time. We'll meet again. You and I are not so different. I got a million of these.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad guy quotes.
The leader of the X-Men, everybody. Reflexes like a cat. If it was Garfield. Dead. By the way, it'll be almost an hour before you see him again in the movie. I know X-Men fans hate Cyclops, but when X-Men itself hates Cyclops, I think there's a problem somewhere.
Yeah.
So it turns out this giant school / military base / one-man
I hope
establishment
Kevin
doesn't have a
Feige do
security
justice for these
system.
X-Men
You want
characters.
these children.
He said they're nothing. They're not going to be nothing
As
like
soldiers break in,
nothing like the Fox
tranquilizing them,
versions.
forcing Wolverine and others to fight back. Yeah, remember what Xavier said at the end of the last movie when asked what he'll do if somebody tries to break in?
I feel a great swell of pity for the poor soul who comes to that school looking for trouble.
Glad to see he was totally prepared for that. No alarm system, no security, leaving the school completely abandoned except for one person looking after him.
Xavier School for the Gifted, where children come first and go first.
Non-Russian
That is so terrible.
Way out. Yeah, their secret
That is
passages,
so
but no
terrible.
alarm. Facebook has better security than you. As Rogue
Oh,
decides
wow.
to separate from the group because she's Rogue. What would she know about fighting back?
Oh, Fox has limited these characters' powers so
Who
badly.
could it be? It's nice we finally finally see Wolverine digging into bad guys instead of chopping walls and fences and middle finger. But all of that stops when he recognizes a familiar voice.
Wolverine? How long has it been? I didn't realize Xavier was taking in animals. Even animals as unique as you.
Every line he has sounds like the narration from Big Fish.
I didn't realize Xavier was taking in animals.
All the same, I preferred to keep my bones unbroken.
Oh wow,
Bobby puts an ice
it
ring
fits
between
so
them, and
well
Wolverine
too.
leads them to the garage where he starts a car with his claw.
Oh yeah?
I don't know how that works.
Because that's totally something he can do now. How the flaming shit does that work exactly?
Who knows, man?
Here, there we go.
I don't like uncomfortable silences.
Oh man.
Let it be known that X-Men hates NSYNC.
Wow.
Meanwhile, in a bar, we see a cameo that'll age great as Mystique, played again by Rebecca Romaine, tries to flirt with one of Magneto's guards.
Bottoms up. I certainly hope so.
Now it's a Singer film.
Oh
She
snap.
checks him with iron while we see Stryker holds Xavier captive while controlling other mutants with a brain-altering drug. Naturally, this is injected into the brain by dropping a small amount of liquid behind the neck. Yeah,
Oh, wait, really?
Sure. It turns out Stryker's child is a powerful psychopath that he tortured until he gained back control. So this is all secretly a scene of Brian Cox's Ring character?
I'm gonna pause it right here. In the comics, what I know about William Stryker, yes, he was the guy somewhat responsible for Wolverine getting his adamantium claws and somewhat lose his memory, I believe. But I remember him as the guy who created an organization called the Purists. William Stryker was the leader of the guy called the Purists, who murders men, women, and children for mutant powers, especially children and teenagers, who sees mutant as the devil's children, and they would slaughter them all with the government's sentinels backing him up. These guys act like a cult leader, taking God's religion into a negative way, saying that God hates mutants and should slaughter them all, even if they're children. That's what I remember William Stryker, a psychopath guy who uses religion to get what he wants, to kill the people he does not like. And it's what makes me hate the character. It was so disrespectful that even Captain America hates this guy. And like I said, Captain America is a Christian as well, and Captain America is a Christian, like in the MCU. When he shouts, "There's only one God, ma'am," and I know he doesn't look like that. And knowing Captain America in the comics, he would hate this. He would hate William Stryker, saying, "How dare you use religion to hurt these people?" Although I'm still confused, what's the deal with having mutant powers while other superheroes have superpowers? It's weird. Mutant powers just get a bad reputation.
Is dead, just like the rest of you.
So, how about this place not having a ramp? It's kind of bullshit, is it? Okay, small talk over. Bobby invites everyone to his parents' house where they try to gain their senses and figure out what to do next.
Bad idea.
I dug her up myself.
Oh, wow.
It looks like the guard Mystique injected carries the iron in his blood for Magneto to use as a weapon. I really don't think that's how iron in the bloodstream works, but who cares? It leads to a pretty badass scene. Code red. Marbles. We have marbles. This, on the other hand, looks a little silly. I just don't see riding a Roomba.
He works with what he gets.
Magneto
uses what he gets.
If Marvin the Martian flew in, this would be the greatest Marvel crossover ever. Meanwhile, Bobby's parents come home and discover for the first time that he's a mutant.
Oh, yeah.
Have you tried not being a mutant?
There's a cable news channel I'm pretty sure says you can do that. Speaking of which, Iceman's brother named... Arnold, I need a nice pun. Frosty! Thank you. Calls the police on me.
I hate this kid. I hate this little turd.
Alright, the rest of you, on the ground, now!
I hate Iceman's little brother in this. Does he have a little brother in the comics? I don't know, but I really hated Iceman's little brother, who hates his brother because he's a mutant and would rather have his brother killed. It's insane how the parents would hate their own children just because they're a mutant. Yeah, it's kind of screwed up for the mutant characters in the Marvel comics. I see why Stan Lee make these X-Men characters any mutants is relationship to segregation, and it got real. It got real for real.
I think he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Pyro attacks them as
Pretty
Jean
much.
and Storm remind everybody they're in this movie as Wolverine gets up. You mean he didn't die? What? And Iceman leaves his family. Sad, I guess. I mean, we did get to know them well for their 2 minutes on screen, and the brother tried to have him killed. Even the mother's expression is out of focus. It matters so little. And she had the most lines. But, this is what it's all about. Seriously, you can move her a little to the left. About.
It's all right. You can come out.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. So Stryker's son controls Xavier's mind to make him control their version of Cerebro to kill all the mutants in the world. They took, what, 5 seconds to explain? But the movie constantly cuts back to this slow-moving scene where the son is convincing him he's a lost girl. Xavier's back at the mansion, and he has to take her to Cerebro. And it drags on, and on, and on. Every time it cuts back to them, it brings everything to a screeching, monotonous halt. And the funny thing is, the illusion's not even needed. As soon as he's in there, the girl instructs him to kill all the mutants, which he attempts to do.
Find them all. Each one. All of them. Good. Kill them.
Well, clearly he would never do that, showing the son has complete control over his mind, so why even make all this up? Did you just want to get a tour of the damn place?
That is confusing.
And to your right is a wall. And to your left is a wall.
Oh,
and
wow.
to your right is a wall. And to your left is a naked pig. Don't worry, though. That's followed by a boring-ass plane chase as the military sees them as a threat and tries to shoot them down through Storm's tornadoes. Okay, so it's nice to see some bigger effects in these movies, even though they do look a little fake. But, again, it's X-Men, mutants, monsters, aliens. Why are we focusing on a military base they just randomly passed by? They didn't kidnap Xavier. They have no involvement in all this, so who cares? Hey, remember that one issue where they battled the greatest enemy, air traffic control? Probably not, because nobody would want to read it, so nobody will want to watch it! Rogue gets sucked out, though, because one of their seatbelts are broken. I swear to God, they want every student dead. But Nightcrawler saves her, as they as well get saved by an unlikely comrade.
When will these people learn how to fly?
Ah, so even he hates what they did to Rogue.
Oh, wow. Commercial break in 3, 2, 1.
And your name is? I'm Thor. You're Thor? Well, it hurts. Once again, this whole broadcast has been brought to you by Sam. It's everywhere. Get used to it.
So in the always awesome Alliance of Convenience trope, Magneto teams up with the X-Men to stop Stryker after he reveals he's going to use Xavier to destroy all the mutants of the world.
We don't know where this base is.
Stryker's main goal is to kill all mutants, so yeah.
Once again, you think it's all about you.
Have you seen the
I can't wait for
this franchise? It is all about him.
Yeah, Fox only focus on him.
Mind and discover the lab is where Wolverine went.
They don't care much about the other X-Men characters. They just throw them in there for money.
That were literally under his nose.
But that's all gonna change when since Disney owns them.
This was the thing.
Hey, Deadpool is now owned by Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige is gonna do something with Deadpool in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And the Fantastic Four and the X-Men.
But if you think that romance isn't well built up, Mystique, now out of nowhere, suddenly has a thing for Logan.
You know what I want.
This came out of nowhere.
Never been brought up before, and will never be brought up after. It's the Julia Roberts getting big and hook scene. Apparently,
I never liked this Mystique.
This scene was
I never did.
Was to get an image of its two biggest stars, Hugh Jackman and Halle Berry, in bed together. This is ironic because there's tons of comic material with Wolverine and Storm as a couple, but somehow it was easier to have Mystique spontaneously horny for him. How is it Hugh Jackman had no problem with his character having several beautiful women on top of him? I just realized I answered my own question. Speaking
you pretty much did, dude.
Magneto and Pyro talk for a minute, and that immediately justifies him turning evil by the end.
I forgot what Pyro looks like in the comics. I need to do some research on
him. Glass to an ant sort of way. I'm sorry, I can't follow this map unless you use needles.
Can you teleport inside?
No. I have to be able to see where I'm going
or in a plane spinning
Of
midair
course.
out of control. They're both basically the same thing. Magneto doesn't want to take a chance on Wolverine because he doesn't know the technology to open the doors, so he looks towards Mystique. Which is why none of us are surprised when it's revealed that this is Mystique. But honestly, I'll give it a pass because it gave us this gif. How many fans use that on future X-Men movies?
She's good.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
Ew, that's what you meant by you have blue balls. The X-Men search the place to try and find the kids.
Gross.
Wolverine decides, screw the kids. I just want to know where I came from. Is there like a list of worst movie schools ever?
Yeah,
He was the
they focus.
babysitter!
They focus only on
Cyclops still an X-Men?
Wolverine
Oh,
a
there
lot.
he is.
Whoa!
You know, for X-Men United, they
That
sure are
happened?
separated, dividing, or fighting against each other a lot, aren't they?
Yeah.
It looks like he's been brainwashed too, as he attacks Jean, but she diverts the hit to the dam.
Can I just say one more thing? That now that Fox is owned by Disney, Kevin Feige has confirmed that the X-Men in the MCU are going to be way different than what Fox just gave us here. Way different than all the X-Men films that you have seen. They're going to be just like their comic book counterparts. And all I got to say is, thank you, Kevin Feige. Thank you. And yet he's saying we're keeping Deadpool the same as he is because Ryan Reynolds is perfect for the role. Heck, Ryan Reynolds owns Deadpool in his own way, and Ryan Reynolds already on board with it. Ryan Reynolds, Kevin Feige, and Disney and Marvel, they're on board with it. Fans are saying that Disney will keep Deadpool PG-13 because, hey, they run a PG-13. But do not worry, Disney said that they are going to keep Deadpool rated R. And they're going to fit him somehow in the MCU with other characters, with probably Ryan Reynolds making fun of the PG-13 rating. Because, heck, there's a lot... MCU characters has said curse words in the... Well, come on. MCU characters have said curse words in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You really think they're gonna think it's that PG-13? It's for family films as well. So yeah, back to the video.
So, just a reminder, all the misery that is to follow is completely his fault. Why do so many kid shows
You
have
don't need...
leaders?
Gene, no, it's okay.
But luckily, Jean snaps him out of it with...
You don't need Deadpool saying the F word all the time. You know what I'm saying?
As Logan finds the room where Stryker experimented on him, discovering that he was experimented on and Stryker did it. So not a goddamn thing! Oh, wait, we do find out that animanium has to be hot. That should tide us over until our inevitable disappointment.
Learned that.
Stryker sicks his bodyguard named Deathstrike on him. Now in the comic, they had this huge rivalry. You already know they don't care.
Yeah,
With these
they
movies,
don't.
Wolverine always gets the funniest swear.
Holy shit.
That's something they put together. The more they have him swear, the better the movie will get.
Lady
They had a
Deathstrike.
pretty decent fight between them, and even a
I remember Lady Deathstrike really hates Wolverine because
Cerebro has
Deadpool
located
explained
all the
it.
mutants for Xavier, and his brainwashed mind tries to kill them all. But Magneto stops him, plays wall Tetris, and in my always favorite scene when bad guys team up with good guys, the bad guys inevitably turn into dickheads again.
Of course.
Stryker tries to escape.
Magneto will
Wolverine
take
stops him
advantage,
before
making
he
him
takes
kill all
off.
humans.
If you really knew about your past, the work we did together...
What we did to Blob, Gambit, and Deadpool, it's too awful to conceive!
Yeah, you're not gonna like
Leave as
X-Men
the
Origins.
X-Men save the kids, but have to get inside to stop Xavier from killing mankind.
Kurt, I need you to take me inside.
If I can't see where I'm going.
I have faith in you.
I mean, you totally caught a person midair without seeing where she was.
Yeah.
Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
There was no window facing her, and yet you got her on the first try.
Well, they gave Night.
Facing
They
away
didn't.
from the plane when you teleported back, so
Can
I
you shut up
really
for
don't
once?
see how this is a big deal. Oh, he made it! Thank God, so suspenseful. It looks like Storm needs to.
Nightcrawler is a
free Stryker's son in
Christian.
order
They
to
got
break
that
the
one right.
illusion.
It's about to get very cold in here.
I'm not going anywhere.
Why? Can't he just warp out and then warp back in when she's done? And why can't she just keep Nightcrawler warm?
Why
the
couldn't
same
he
way
do
she's
that?
Clearly keeping herself warm. Maybe she saw Viva Rock Vegas and wanted to punish him. It seems to work as
Oh,
they
wow.
save the professor. We get the closest thing we'll ever see to Rogue flying, and Magneto again runs into Stryker, who has plans for him. He moves him over there. Kind of the equivalent of duct taping someone to a wall. Doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah.
Pyro ends up joining Magneto. It was a very convincing 2-minute talk, but the dam is about to break apart, resulting in let's just be honest, the most nonsensical of escape plans. Here we go. Jean walks out of the plane, lifts the plane in the air, pulls a Moses, and then sacrifices herself to the water.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's so...
This is the only way.
It's so stupid.
Really? That was the only way?
Yeah.
Iceman couldn't have frozen the water?
This is
the only way.
Storm couldn't have stopped the water?
Yeah.
The only way.
Xavier couldn't have lifted the plane from inside?
This is
the only way.
She couldn't have lifted the plane from inside?
Yeah.
The only way.
You just really wanted to Wrath of Khan this because you're such a Star Trek bitch that you even took a small part pushing buttons in one of the most hated of Star Trek movies, didn't you?
This is another version of Bryan Singer saying yes.
I know it!
Jean, listen to me. Don't do this.
We barely had something together. Goodbye. She lets the water finally engulf her as the X-Men put together that Jean is dead.
She's gone.
Don't! You don't say that!
Oh, Miss Hell. We knew nothing about her outside of how poorly she teased the next movie.
Not really. I mean, we didn't know much about her at all.
Harsher laws on mutants when Xavier freezes the production to let him know
I
that
didn't
not all
see
mutants are threatening.
X-Men Dark Phoenix.
threatening
I
the
heard bad
ever-living
things
shit
about
out
it.
of him.
I saw the reviews. Until I saw the movie for myself, and holy cow, it was not great. Not great at all.
Lightning is totally to put your mind at ease.
They got the Phoenix Force. Yeah, it came from space, right? But still, it was bad.
Some have already tried to start one, and there have been casualties.
Casualties we barely knew.
The next
Really?
one is yours. We'll be watching.
Again, not a threat. Totally not a threat. We are so watching. So America completely ignores that 4 minutes of dead air, and the president decides not to push for harsher laws on mutants. Well, first of all, I really doubt that would fly, but let's, for the sake of argument, say that is what happened in America. The entire world was attacked! Even if the US backed down, every other country would be World War III-ing the hell out of this shit!
Pretty much.
For the sake of, I don't know, just ending this almost 2.5-hour movie, the plan works, and Wolverine lets Cyclops know Jean loved him most.
She didn't make a choice. It was you.
Wait a minute. Did she have a thing for you, Wolverine? Oh, yeah, you didn't know about that. Look, Omega Red! What? He's not even a character yet. Damn it! And in case you had any doubt this movie was a total Star Trek 2 ripoff, here's the opening narration read by the person who just died, building up that they're gonna be back in the next film with almost the exact same music.
Space.
Frontier,
Mutation. It is the key to our evolution.
Where no man has gone
Oh, wow.
before.
But every few hundred millennia, evolution leaps forward.
Oh my god, the Firebird! You crushed those expectations right now! So that was X2, what's hailed by many to be one of the best, if not the best, X-Men movie.
Really, though?
How impressive is that again? Honestly, the film is super long, needlessly slow, has a ton of pointless moments, even more plot holes than the first one, and way too many characters to give them enough time to be interesting. With that said, though,
In a
there is
way.
an occasional moment of coolness, a nice action sequence here and there, and mostly a fair amount of good acting to make me care just enough. It's definitely on the lower
I still don't like the
level of okay,
costumes.
but it
They're
is still
boring.
Okay. Nothing special.
I
but nothing
think
that
they were
bad.
going with the
It's
Ultimate
mostly
Comics
boring,
design,
mostly
but
inconsistent, mostly
I never liked the
harmless,
Ultimate
comic
Comics
book
design.
And hey, seeing how much this film is building up the next one, it has to pay off, right?
Oh, yeah, about that.
On the Juggernaut, bitch!
Of course. Best way to end it. And that was X-Men 2, reviewed by Nostalgia Critic. And yeah, what can I say about that? There's a lot of issues in that film, and he basically described it. Like I said, I never liked the X-Men costumes because they were boring, they were terrible. It's just bland and boring, mostly, because I'm really looking forward for Kevin Feige and the MCU's design of the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, because I know they're going to do it right. Disney and Marvel Entertainment knows they're going to do it right, because they're faithful to the comics, like they said, and with some few changes, but still faithful to the comics. I mean, if they can make Marvel heroes like Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, superheroes that no one has never heard of in the 90s. Memorable and great again in big films. Imagine what they'll do to the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. Done right, if by ad. Anywho, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reaction video. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I had to do a lot of editing on this little video for you guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. It would lag a bit, but I tried my best, and I think it turned out pretty well. So what were your thoughts on this reaction video? Did you enjoy it? What were your thoughts on the X-Men 2? Were there some parts that you thought they were questionable? Leave a comment down below, and as always, please support me on my social medias, Patreons. If you got a request for me to react to, or a video react to, please go to my Patreon. I have new artwork that I'm posting there on Patreon as well for you to have access to. Be a member of the Hobidon squad. I would really appreciate that. And so share this video. I would really, to get more views. You guys need to share this video, share my reactions, talk to other people who want to see my reactions. I really appreciate that. If you have commissions, I'd be happy to do commissions for you guys. Take care. Have a great day. Be safe. God bless you all. And most importantly, stay frosty, my friends.